Welcome to a journey exploring the most beautiful places in Europe, where every landscape carries its own striking charm. From remote volcanic islands in the middle of the Atlantic, to towering mountain ranges rising thousands of meters high, to small villages tucked beside lakes or along dramatic cliffs. Each place opens up a distinct world shaped by millions of years of natural transformation and centuries of human influence. But what gives these places their true value goes beyond the scenery. It's the way people have adapted to the terrain, built communities, and preserved them through generations that adds depth to every region. Though spread across many countries, they all share one thing in common: they were shaped by natural conditions, creating landscapes and ways of life with unique identities that cannot be replicated. And now, let's begin our journey to discover the most beautiful places in Europe. Madeira, Portugal. Located in the Atlantic Ocean, about 500 kilometers from Africa, Madeira is a volcanic archipelago covering nearly 740 square kilometers. Known for its steep terrain and towering cliffs. Its isolation gives it the feel of an oasis set apart from mainland Europe. Discovered in 1419, Madeira quickly became an important stop along maritime trade routes. In the 15th and 16th centuries, it flourished through sugar production. Before Madeira, wine rose to fame as a key product in Atlantic trade. One of Madeira's defining features is its network of levadas, stretching over 2,000 kilometers, built since the 16th century to channel water for agriculture. Today, these paths have become unique walking routes, guiding visitors through the Laurisilva forest, an ancient woodland covering about 20% of the island and recognized by UNESCO. In Funchal, festivals like the Flower Festival in spring or the Wine Festival at the end of summer bring a completely different atmosphere, vibrant, colorful, and deeply local. The cuisine here also leaves a lasting impression with fresh seafood and traditional grilled meats. Madeira stands out not only for its landscapes, but also for how people have adapted to life on an isolated island for over 600 years, creating a place that feels both untouched and culturally rich. Leaving behind this green island in the ocean, the journey now takes us to a completely different setting, where towering rocky mountains form a world that feels both majestic and almost surreal. Dolomites, Italy. Stretching across northeastern Italy, the Dolomites are part of the Alps, covering more than 140,000 hectares with many peaks rising above 3,000 meters. The pale limestone formations cause the mountains to shift in color with the light, becoming especially vivid at sunset with the alpenglow effect. Beyond their striking appearance, the Dolomites also hold exceptional geological value. This area is recognized by UNESCO for its rock formations dating back over 250 million years, when it was once an ancient seabed. The Dolomites also carry clear historical significance. During World War I, this region was a battleground between Italy and Austria-Hungary, with many tunnels and fortifications still preserved today, especially around Trecime di Lavoredo. Today, the Dolomites are one of Europe's top outdoor destinations. In summer, millions of visitors come for trekking, climbing, and cycling through famous mountain passes. In winter, the region transforms into a skiing paradise with over 1,200 kilometers of slopes in the Dolomiti Superski system, one of the largest networks in the world. Unlike heavily glaciated mountain ranges, the Dolomites offer a sense of both grandeur and accessibility, where small villages sit quietly at the foot of the peaks, creating a balance between harsh nature and human life. Leaving behind these towering rock peaks, the journey now takes us to a completely different setting, a peaceful village where cars are nowhere to be seen. Giethoorn, Netherlands. Hidden in the province of Overijssel, about 120 kilometers northeast of Amsterdam, Giethoorn stands out with a rare structure: no roads for cars in the central area. Instead, a network of winding canals weaves between thatched roof houses and dozens of small wooden bridges. The entire space is shaped by water, creating a sense of separation and calm. The village was formed in the 13th century when peat harvesters settled here, leaving behind water-filled pits that gradually became ponds and canals. Over time, this system not only remained but became the core of daily life. Houses are built on small strips of land, separated by canals and connected by wooden bridges, forming a layout that feels both organic and harmonious. The atmosphere changes clearly with the seasons. Spring and summer bring vibrant flowers reflecting on the still water, while winter covers Giethoorn in a different kind of quiet, as the canals can freeze and turn into natural ice skating paths. No matter the time of year, life here remains slow-paced, almost detached from the usual noise of the outside world. If a village has no roads, where every path is a canal and the only way to get around is by small boats, would you be ready to experience a slower pace of life like in Giethoorn? From the quiet atmosphere of a car-free village, the journey now opens up to a completely different scene: wild islands in the middle of the ocean, with a raw and striking beauty. Faroe Islands. Denmark. Located between the North Sea and the Atlantic Ocean, about 450 kilometers from Iceland and nearly 600 kilometers from Norway, the Faroe Islands are an archipelago of 18 volcanic islands covering around 1,400 square kilometers. The terrain is sharply fragmented by steep cliffs, narrow fjords, and grass-covered slopes, creating a landscape that feels both harsh and mesmerizing. The history of the islands is closely tied to the Vikings from the 9th century, when the first settlers arrived and formed communities in these challenging natural conditions. Over the centuries, the Faroes have preserved a distinct identity, with a population of only about 50,000 people scattered across small, isolated islands. What makes the Faroe Islands unique is not a single landmark, but the overall landscape that remains largely untouched. Villages with grass-roofed houses sit quietly at the foot of the mountains, while above them, millions of seabirds nest along cliffs rising hundreds of meters high. Some cliffs, such as those on Vagar or Streymoy, reach heights of over 300 to 600 meters above sea level, creating a breathtaking view from above. The weather here changes rapidly throughout the day, with fog, sunlight, and rain shifting within just a few hours. This constant change makes the scenery feel fresh at every moment. No two views are ever the same. In the Faroe Islands, the experience isn't centered around typical tourism activities, but rather a sense of exploration driving through underwater tunnels carved into mountains, stopping at small villages that feel almost completely isolated, or standing against strong winds to truly feel the vastness of the surrounding ocean. Leaving behind these remote islands in the North Atlantic, the journey now takes us to a warmer coastline where colorful houses cling to cliffs overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. Amalfi Coast, Italy. Stretching about 50 kilometers along the southern edge of the Sorrentine Peninsula, the Amalfi Coast is one of the most stunning coastal routes in Europe, where small towns cling to steep cliffs facing the Mediterranean Sea. The rugged terrain forces homes to be built in layers, creating a multi-level landscape painted in soft pastel tones. This region was once a powerful maritime republic between the 9th and 11th centuries, centered around the town of Amalfi. Its history is still visible today through churches, plazas, and ancient stairways connecting hillside communities. What makes the Amalfi Coast truly special is not just its scenery, but its way of life shaped by the sea. Lemon groves stretch across the slopes, providing the key ingredient for limoncello, the region's signature liqueur. The cuisine reflects Mediterranean flavors, with fresh seafood, handmade pasta, and dishes built around local ingredients. In summer, the area attracts millions of visitors, yet each town carries its own distinct character, from the vibrant energy of Positano to the quieter atmosphere of Ravello, perched high above. Along winding roads between mountains and sea, a journey through Amalfi is not just about the views, but about experiencing the blend of nature, history, and coastal life that defines southern Italy. Lake Bled, Slovenia. Nestled at the foot of the Julian Alps, Lake Bled covers about 1.45 square kilometers and stands out with its emerald blue water and a small island at its center, a composition that has become almost symbolic of Slovenia. The history of the area is closely tied to Bled Castle, a fortress dating back to the 11th century, perched on a cliff over 100 meters high. From here, the entire view of the lake, the island, and the surrounding forests unfolds in a nearly perfect perspective. One of the most iconic experiences at Lake Bled is taking a traditional wooden pletna boat to the island in the middle, where visitors climb 99 stone steps to reach the Assumption Church. According to local tradition, the groom carries the bride up all the steps on their wedding day, a custom that is still preserved today. In addition, Lake Bled is famous for its kremšnita cream cake, a soft vanilla cream layered between thin sheets of pastry, considered a signature dessert of the region. Many visitors come not only for the scenery, but also to enjoy this cake right by the lakeside. Rather than changing dramatically with the seasons, Lake Bled impresses with its perfect balance between nature, architecture, and small but distinctive cultural details. The journey continues to a place where mountains and ocean meet, creating a landscape that feels both raw and spectacular. Lofoten Islands, Norway. Located above the Arctic Circle, the Lofoten Islands are an archipelago stretching over 150 kilometers off the coast of Norway. Despite the high latitude, the region has a relatively mild climate thanks to the Gulf Stream, allowing people to live here for thousands of years. Unlike many other coastal regions, Lofoten stands out for its strong contrasts, sharp mountain peaks rising straight from the sea, alongside small fishing villages sitting right along the shore. The red wooden cabins known as rorbu, once used by fishermen, are now converted into accommodations while still preserving their traditional structure. The local economy has long been tied to cod fishing. From January to April each year, millions of cod migrate here to spawn, creating the biggest fishing season of the year After being cleaned, the fish are naturally air-dried on wooden racks outdoors, forming stockfish, a Norwegian export product with a history of over 1,000 years. One of the most unique experiences in Lofoten is witnessing rare natural phenomena. In winter, it's an ideal place to see the northern lights, while in summer, the midnight sun appears, with daylight lasting almost 24 hours. In your opinion, what creates the striking contrast between the sharp mountain peaks and the calm sea in the Lofoten Islands? From peaceful fishing villages between rugged mountains and cold seas, the journey continues to a place with a completely different atmosphere, where castles hidden in lush forests look like they've come straight out of a fairy tale. Sintra, Portugal. Hidden among the hills near the Atlantic Ocean, about 30 kilometers from Lisbon, Sintra has a cool and humid atmosphere rarely found in Portugal. Thanks to this unique microclimate, the entire area stays covered in dense greenery and mist, creating a setting that feels both mysterious and secluded. Since the 12th century, Sintra played an important role under Moorish rule, before becoming a favored retreat for Portuguese royalty for many centuries. This history has turned the area into a diverse architectural landscape, where palaces and villas were built in a variety of styles. The most iconic is Pina Palace, a 19th century structure with its distinctive yellow and red colors, considered one of the most romantic landmarks in Europe. Not far from it, Quinta de Regalera offers a completely different atmosphere, with gardens, tunnels, and spiral wells tied to mystical symbolism. Sintra is not meant to be explored through a fixed route. People often spend an entire day walking through forest paths, stopping at structures hidden among the trees, or simply enjoying the quiet, unique atmosphere of the place. Leaving behind this fairy tale-like setting, the journey now opens up to a more powerful scene where the ocean crashes directly against massive cliffs. Cliffs of Moher, Ireland. Stretching about 14 kilometers along Ireland's western coastline, the Cliffs of Moher are one of the country's most impressive natural landmarks. These vertical cliffs average around 120 meters in height and reach up to 214 meters at their highest point, dropping straight into the Atlantic Ocean and creating a powerful, almost overwhelming view. The area was formed over 300 million years ago, when layers of marine sediment accumulated and were gradually shaped by waves and wind. This long natural process created clearly visible rock layers that can be observed from different viewpoints. Beyond their geological significance, The cliffs of Moher are also home to more than 20 species of seabirds, with populations reaching tens of thousands. During breeding season, the cliffs become lively with the sound of birds and dense nesting activity, one of Ireland's most important coastal ecosystems. Rather than offering a wide range of tourist activities, the experience here is about feeling the scale of nature, walking along cliffside trails, listening to waves crashing below, and watching the horizon where sea and sky almost merge into one. Closing this scene of strong ocean winds, the journey now shifts to a completely different setting where snow-covered mountains and small villages create a calm and peaceful beauty. Plitvice Lakes National Park, Croatia. Located in central Croatia, Plitvice Lakes is a national park covering nearly 300 square kilometers, known for its system of 16 interconnected lakes, linked by dozens of cascading waterfalls. The water changes color from emerald to deep blue depending on minerals and light, creating a landscape that constantly shifts in appearance. This landscape was formed thousands of years ago, when layers of limestone and sediment combined with moss and microorganisms to create natural barriers known as travertine. This process divided the water into multiple lake levels, an uncommon geological feature in the world. Plitvice was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979 and is one of Croatia's most important tourist destinations. Its ecosystem is highly diverse, with dense forests covering most of the area and providing habitat for animals such as brown bears, wolves, the Eurasian lynx, rather than loud activities, the experience at Plitvice is more about gentle exploration. Wooden pathways are built close to the water, allowing visitors to walk across lakes and waterfalls at very close range, creating the feeling of stepping into an untouched natural world. Would you like to experience walking just steps away from cascading waterfalls like this? After the clarity of these layered waters, the journey now moves toward a coastal setting where colorful villages cling dramatically to steep cliffs. Cinque Terre, Italy. Located along the Ligurian coast, Cinque Terre consists of 5 small villages stretching about 15 kilometers, built on steep hillsides facing directly toward the sea. The rugged terrain kept the area relatively isolated for centuries, which is also why it has preserved its original structure to this day. Villages are connected by scenic mountain trails and a coastal railway, rather than large-scale road systems. what defines Cinque Terre is not just the colorful stacked houses, but also the hand-built terraced fields carved into the slopes over hundreds of years. These stone terraces support the cultivation of grapes and olives, while also helping to stabilize the land and prevent erosion across the region. Cinque Terre doesn't aim for luxury, it draws people in with its simplicity, where human life and harsh terrain have coexisted and adapted together for generations. Iceland. Located near the Arctic Circle, Iceland is one of the most geographically unique countries in Europe, covering about 103,000 square kilometers with a population of just over 370,000 people. The island was formed through volcanic activity, with more than 130 volcanoes, around 30 of which are still active. What makes Iceland stand out is the contrast within a single landscape. Massive glaciers like Vatnajökull, covering nearly 8% of the country, exist alongside geothermal areas with hot springs, geysers, and vast stretches of black lava fields. The scenery constantly shifts between waterfalls, grasslands, volcanic rock, and black sand beaches. Iceland's history began in the 9th century with Viking settlers who lived through fishing and farming in harsh natural conditions. Today, that legacy is still reflected in a culture and lifestyle deeply connected to nature. One of the most well-known experiences here is exploring the Golden Circle, a route of about 300 kilometers that passes through major highlights such as Gullfoss Waterfall, the Geyser Geothermal Area, and Thingvellir National Park. Iceland is not a place for comfort, it's a destination for those who want to experience nature in its purest form. Powerful, harsh, yet deeply captivating. Leaving behind this land of ice and fire, the journey now takes us to southern France, where fields of purple stretch under warm sunlight. Provence, France. Stretching across southern France, Provence is known for its vast lavender fields covering dozens of square kilometers, especially around areas like the Valensole Plateau. From June to August, the entire region turns into shades of purple, accompanied by a light fragrance in the air, creating a scene that is both visual and sensory. Beyond its natural beauty, Provence carries historical depth dating back to Roman times, with many ancient structures still standing today, such as stone bridges, amphitheaters, and towns built from limestone. Over centuries, the region has developed through agriculture and craftsmanship, maintaining a distinct identity compared to France's major cities. What draws people to Provence is its slow pace of life and strong local character. Local markets offer cheese, wine, olives, and herbs products closely tied to Mediterranean cuisine. This is also a key region for perfume ingredients, especially in the town of Graz, a long-established center of fragrance production. Rather than packed tourist attractions, Provence stands out in the way people experience the space walking through small stone villages, sitting among flower fields, or enjoying simple meals rich in local flavors. From lavender fields stretching under the Mediterranean sun, the scenery now shifts into a completely different tone where wind, rock, and sea come together to create a raw and dramatic landscape. Isle of Skye, Scotland. Located off the west coast of Scotland, the Isle of Skye is the largest island in the Inner Hebrides, covering about 1,650 square kilometers. The terrain is sharply divided by mountain ranges, deep valleys, and a rugged coastline, creating a landscape that feels both wild and dramatic. The history of Skye is closely tied to Gaelic clans and centuries of conflicts between Scottish families. This legacy still remains through ancient castles such as Dunvegan Castle, which has been home to the MacLeod clan for over 800 years. What makes Skye unique lies in its rare geological formations. The quarrying stands out with landslides and fractured rock formations creating unusual shapes, while the Old Man of Storr is a towering rock pillar standing alone on the mountainside, becoming a symbol of the island. The weather on Skye changes quickly and unpredictably, with low clouds, strong winds, and constantly shifting light. This instability is exactly what gives the island its captivating beauty. Skye is not a place for comfort. It's a destination for those who want to step into a nearly untouched environment, where nature still takes the leading role. Are you curious to explore rock formations like the Old Man of Storr standing tall on the mountainside? Closing this wild and ever-changing landscape, the journey now continues into a space with a more spiritual atmosphere, where ancient structures appear in locations that feel almost impossible. Meteora, Greece. In central Greece, Meteora appears almost unreal. Dozens of massive sandstone pillars rise straight from the ground, reaching heights from 200 to over 400 meters, with ancient monasteries perched on top as if suspended in mid-air. The name Meteora in Greek means suspended, perfectly capturing the feeling of standing before this landscape. The first monasteries were built in the 14th century by Orthodox monks seeking complete isolation for spiritual life. Before stairs and pathways existed, access relied entirely on ropes and pulleys, a dangerous method that reflected the monks' commitment to a secluded existence. Today, out of the 24 monasteries that once existed, only 6 remain active and open to visitors. Each structure has its own architectural style, with interiors decorated by religious frescoes and valuable historical artifacts. Unlike typical tourist destinations, Meteora offers a feeling that is both grand and deeply peaceful. The paths leading up the rock pillars are not just routes of movement, but experiences that highlight the contrast between massive natural formations and human-built structures. After these sky-high architectural wonders, the journey now shifts to a completely different setting, a remote island region formed by volcanic activity in the middle of the ocean. Azores, Portugal. Located about 1,500 kilometers from mainland Portugal, the Azores consist of 9 islands formed by volcanic activity in the Atlantic Ocean, covering a total area of over 2,300 square kilometers. Unlike crowded tourist destinations, this region has preserved its raw beauty with low population density and landscapes that remain largely untouched. The terrain of the Azores is a mix of volcanic craters, lakes, and green valleys. On São Miguel Island, the Sete Cidades Lake sits inside a volcanic crater nearly 5 kilometers wide, known for its distinct blue and green waters. Meanwhile, the furnace area is famous for geothermal activity, where steam rises from the ground and is used by locals to cook the traditional dish cozido directly in the hot earth. The history of the Azores began in the 15th century when Portuguese settlers arrived, turning the islands into an important stop along transatlantic trade routes. Despite development over time, the region has maintained a slow pace of life closely connected to nature. One of the most unique experiences in the Azores is whale and dolphin watching offshore. This area is considered one of the best places in Europe for this activity, with more than 20 species living in or migrating through the waters each year. From these green islands in the ocean, the journey now moves toward a sunlit region where ancient architecture and Mediterranean culture blend into every corner of the streets. Andalusia, Spain. Spanning southern Spain with an area of over 87,000 square kilometers, Andalusia is a region where multiple cultures have intersected over thousands of years. From the Roman and Visigothic periods to Moorish Islamic rule, each era has left a clear mark, especially in architecture and urban design. One of the most iconic landmarks is the Alhambra in Granada, a palace complex built in the 13th century, known for its intricate carvings and gardens shaped by Islamic design. Meanwhile, Seville stands out with one of the largest Gothic cathedrals in the world and the Giralda Tower, reflecting strong Moorish influence. Beyond architecture, Andalusia is also recognized as the birthplace of flamenco, a form of art that combines music, dance, and intense emotion. Performances often take place in intimate settings, where the audience can feel every footstep and every note. The local cuisine reflects the hot climate and Mediterranean lifestyle, with dishes like gazpacho, cold tomato soup, a variety of tapas, and high-quality olive oil, one of the region's main agricultural products. Andalusia leaves an impression not only through its historic landmarks, but also through its warm atmosphere, where sunlight, music, and street life come together to create a distinctly Southern European experience. Leaving behind the golden tones and vibrant rhythm of southern Spain, the journey now moves into a quieter space where dense forests fill the view and light filters through the trees, creating a calm and layered atmosphere. Black Forest, Germany. Located in southwestern Germany, the Black Forest stretches about 160 kilometers and covers more than 6,000 square kilometers. Its name comes from the dense canopy of pine trees that block out much of the light, giving the forest a dark, deep tone and a distinctly mysterious feel. This region is not only known for its landscape, but also for its connection to German folklore. Many fairy tales recorded by the Brothers Grimm were inspired by forests like the Black Forest, where winding paths through ancient trees easily evoke a sense of myth and imagination. The Black Forest is also the birthplace of several traditional products. The cuckoo clock originated here in the 18th century and has become a cultural symbol. The landscape here is not just forest, but also includes small towns, lakes, and natural streams. Trails allow visitors to explore the area at a slower pace, offering a sense of escape from modern life.
As the journey comes to an end, we've traveled through remote islands in the ocean, majestic mountain ranges, peaceful villages, and regions rich in history and culture, each place not just a beautiful scene, but a story of how people and nature have coexisted over time. Europe, because of that, is not just about familiar destinations, but also countless hidden paradises, where every journey reveals a completely new perspective. Thank you for staying with the video until the very end. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next adventures. The journey doesn't stop here in the next episode. We'll continue exploring even more unique and surprising destinations. See you in the next video.